Hey guys, in this video we're going to be talking about the oldest and most famous tennis championship. Yes, you got it right. We're talking about Wimbledon. The All-England Lawn Tennis and Croquet Club runs so smoothly every year with its perfectly kept grass courts and neatly drawn court lines. But what's the secret behind such flawlessness? What keeps it running the way it does? Let's find out. First of all, what protects the players from air attacks? The tournaments in Wimbledon play on an open field and under the cloudy sky. You know, all natural. But if you've ever walked in nature for a long time, you've probably been the direct target of bird attacks. Yup, bird poop. Imagine you're a top-class celebrity player, and in the middle of a match, a bird decides to poop on you. A distraction if ever there was one. Plus, super embarrassing because like thousands of people came to watch the championship, which means everyone will know what happened to you. The All-England Club can definitely not let that happen, because who would want to go back and play there if they were a victim of such embarrassment? So to ward off the pigeons and other evil birds, they employ Rufus. You may be wondering who Rufus is. Well, he's a 15-year-old hawk who patrols the area above the courts to scare away pigeons and vermin. He shows up for work at 5 a.m. every day with a freshly polished beak and talons at the ready to hunt birds looking to poop on guests. Rufus's clientele include the Lord's Cricket Ground, Westminster Abbey, and Fulham Football Club, apart from the All-England Club. So he really is a celebrity among birds and people. He's so famous that once he got stolen from the Wimbledon's owner's car. But when the thieves saw it was Rufus, they immediately discarded the cage he was in. Yeah, anyone would be able to tell who stole the most famous hawk in England. Another fun fact is that there's a special section dedicated to Rufus in the on-site museum in Wimbledon. Next up are the underground secret passages. That definitely piqued your interest, didn't it? We bet it did, and we're here to sate your thirst. The All-England Club has a network of underground tunnels and chambers that are not accessible to the general public. The tunnels, which have been in operation since 1997, are the veins of Wimbledon, transmitting the championship's lifeblood. What do we mean by lifeblood? While the spectators enjoy everything Wimbledon has to offer, they don't know that there's thousands of people tirelessly at work under them, ensuring that everything goes smoothly during the 2 weeks. Think about it. If all these staff members had to push through the throngs of excited, confused, and often drunk people to get their duties done, everything would be super chaotic, and most of the work wouldn't even be finished. So to save time and ensure efficiency, the underground passages allow staff to get from one point to another in almost no time. Many subterranean rooms, such as typical dressing rooms and drug testing areas, are linked via tunnels. The archive room is especially spooky and often empty. Hundreds of rackets used in previous tournaments are kept in there, each coming with a tag with names of players who use them. Players also have access to the tunnels, but we bet they'd prefer not to use them because the tunnels aren't known for their luxury. Famous player Rafa Nadal hit his head while doing warm-up jumps in the tunnels beneath number 1 court ahead of his 4th round match against Moeller in 2017. More harm than good, wouldn't you agree? We bet Rafa would. There's also a library holding 20,000 books on tennis in there somewhere. And surprise, surprise, it's open to the public. Then we have the grass that looks artificial. Ever seen gardeners mowing the lawn at the All-England Club? Definitely not. But then how does the grass stay pristine? There are 9 to 10 gardeners at Wimbledon who work full-time all year round. They have to work extra during the championships. But when do they work? They start at 5 a.m., the same time that Rufus shows up for his bird hunting job, and work until the gates open and the guests arrive. When the guests arrive, the gardeners disappear. Literally, poof. Martin Falconer, the head gardener, said that they breathe in relief when they see the gates open because that means they're done for the day. Oh, and they don't just work during the 2 weeks the tournaments last. They do it all year round. They import 20,000 various plants from southwest London and distribute them throughout Europe, including 30,000 petunias, which means they have to work a lot. After they're done, a private company conducts its analysis of everything in court. The grass length must be 8 millimeters, and the gardening team gets daily data on this and the ball's hardness and bounce. Lawnmowers are set to the same height each day, and then do the rest of the gardening specifically according to what is required. Phew, we got tired just thinking about it. Also, the rackets don't stay in tip-top shape the entirety of the matches. What? Did you think the rackets were indestructible? Those balls hit the racket nets pretty hard, so they're bound to sustain some damage. And what happens then? Do the players run to the nearest shop to buy new ones? Nope. During the championships, there are roughly 15 racket stringers on site who can restring up to 450 rackets every day. Players and coaches come in with rackets and make tightening demands that vary from player to player. The needed tension is set using Babolet's computerized stringing devices. Most players use the same string setup. However, the tension varies according to the weather and ground. Players typically arrive on the court with 10 rackets and dash off the court to get their rackets restrung. Next, let's talk about the famous Wimbledon treat, the strawberries and cream. Ah yes, the most attractive part of Wimbledon for food lovers. Wimbledon sells 200,000 portions of strawberries during championships. It sold 191,930 servings of strawberries in the last COVID-free championship in 2019. They claim that each punnet contains 10 strawberries of grade 1 quality from from a leaf-registered Kent farm. Make sure you count them when you get them, because you're supposed to get 10 strawberries for 2.5 pounds. The fruits are harvested at 4 a.m., picked up from the packing facility at 9 a.m., and delivered for testing and washing before being consumed the same day. Also, strawberries and cream, now a staple feature of the championships, have been the hallmark treat since 1877, dating back to King Henry VIII's fondness for munching on them while watching tennis at Hampton Court Palace. Rhoda's cream is obtained from Cornwall, and around 7,000 liters are consumed, and it comes with good news for vegans. The cream comes with vegan choices available, and with 18,061 servings served during the 2019 fortnight, fish and chips is the most favored main dish. Now, we all love fish and chips, don't we? And did you know there is a dress code for the Royal Box? Securing tickets to Wimbledon is difficult enough, but getting a seat in the Royal Box is a huge accomplishment. The royal family and important visitors have 74 seats in the Royal Box, which is located in the best location in Center Court. From high-ranking officials to world-renowned celebrities, a slew of notable figures have watched the action from the Royal Box throughout the years. The Duchess of Cambridge, Kate Middleton, must be towards the top of the list of persons who have spent the most time in the Royal Box, having visited the British Grand Slam about 20 times since marrying William in 2011, and also handed out the winners' trophies. The Royal Box is by invitation only, so not just anybody can sit there. British and international royal families, heads of government, tennis professionals, business partners, British Armed Forces, important media organizations, tennis enthusiasts, and important individuals from all walks of life are invited to the Royal Box. These people are also invited for a special fancy lunch during breaks. But one thing they have to keep in mind is that they have to dress formally. Men cannot enter unless they're wearing suits and ties. There's also a secret code language that staff uses. It is alleged that staff speak in code over the radios, and a full jug of Pimm's is considered to be code for when an A-list celebrity arrives on site. Super clever, don't you think? Especially considering the amount of Pimm's that's consumed throughout the championship. Nobody would even bat an eyelash when hearing that code phrase. But now that you know, keep your ears up. You might just spot a celebrity. Lastly, each match is monitored in control rooms. When you think about the underground ball storage, we bet a room full of yellow-orange comes to mind. But that's not the case. The balls are kept covered to maintain their perfect condition. What's more is that Schlesinger has been delivering around 53,000 balls at 20 degrees Celsius since 1902. Imagine having to keep tennis balls at a certain temperature, completely whacked, and then people from the control room monitor every match and look for games that may require newer balls. Such attention to detail. Quick tip, if you're ever lucky enough to catch a ball, keep it with you, because Wimbledon turns a blind eye to ball swiping. And that's a wrap for this video. What did you think about the secret passages? Did you know about Rufus? Or was that a surprise for you? Let us know in the comments below. See you in the next one.